Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve day 14 problem on LeetCode. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. So in this problem we have given two strings, and these two strings are considered close if you can attain one from the other using the following operations. First is swap any two existing characters. So in this string, as you can see, we have swapped this B with E position. So our new string becomes like this: A, E, C, D, B. So B goes to the end and E comes to the second position. Now the operation 2 is we can transform every occurrence of one existing character into another existing character and do the same with the other characters. So like in this example, as you can see, this is string AACABB. So it becomes BBCBAA. So all the A's are converted to B and all the B's are converted to C. And here note one more point, we can only do for existing character. So in this string we can replace A with C or B only, because these are all are the part of a string. We cannot change the position of A with replace this A with S or any other alphabet which is not in this string. Okay, so only with the existing character we can replace the characters. Okay, now let's understand this code with an example and the logic that we are going to implement. So this is the example first, ABC and ABC. So here in this example, first what we are going to we are going to calculate the frequencies of each character in word 1 and in word 2. So both the words are same only, B, C, A. Okay, both the words are looking same only. So here, what is the frequency of A? What is the frequency of B? What is the frequency of C? What is the frequency of D? What is the frequency of E to Z? Okay, so here A frequency is 1, B frequency is 1, and C frequency is also 1 in first example. I am talking about the first example right now. So, and what is the frequency of D? 0, E 0. Okay, now here in this word 2 string, what is the frequency of A? 1. What is the frequency of B? 1. What is the frequency of C? 1. What is the frequency of D? 0. So all other characters have frequency 0 only. Okay, so only ABC. So first we find the frequencies. After that we are going to check if this A character is there in word 1 and if this character is in word 2 as well. So both A are in word 1 and word 2. Okay, B is there in word 1, B is there in word 2, C is there in word 1 and C is there in word 2. Okay, so let's ignore all this because all these values are 0 only for this particular example. Okay, so ignore all this. So A, B, C, A is in word 1 and A is also there in word 2. B is in word 1, B is also in word 2. C is in word 1, C is also in word 2. Once we check that all the characters are available in both the strings, after that we are going to sort their frequencies. So in this case the frequencies are already sorted. Okay, for this 3, 1, 1, 1, and for this one it is also same, 1, 1, 1. So after sorting the frequencies we are going to compare this one with this one. We are going to compare this one with this one. We are just comparing the frequencies, we are not seeing their characters, for which character this is the frequency. We are not seeing that, we are just comparing the frequencies. So if all the frequencies are matching, okay, from this 0 index to 26 index, if all the frequencies are matching, then in that case we are going to return true. Okay, so this is all for the example 1. Now let's understand the same code for the example 2. Okay, so here in the example 2, first word is A, second word is AA. So first what we are going to do, we are going to count the frequencies of each element from in the A, B, C, D to Z till Z. So A frequency is 1, after that all other frequencies are 0 only. Now after that we are going to check the frequencies of this A. A's total frequency is 2 and all other frequencies are 0 only. Okay, so let's ignore all these frequencies. So now once we count the frequencies of all the alphabets Okay, then after that we are going to check whether this A is there in word 1 and if this A is there in word 2. So yes, so it is true. Now ignore this one part as well. Now after that we are going to sort the frequencies. So in first example, after sorting the result is 1. Here in the after sorting the result is 2 only. Okay, there is single A, and all other previous elements are ignored, that 0 0 0, it should be 0. Okay, so once we get the frequency, sorting the frequencies, after that compare this 1 with 2, so it is not matching, return false. Okay, so that is for all for the example 2. Okay, so now let's go over the third example. So here in the third example, for word 1, what is the value of A? There A is 2 times. Okay, A is 2 times, B is 3 times, and C is 1 time. And here in word 2, A is 1 time, B is for 2 times, C is for 3 times. Okay, so now I'm going to compare. Now after that I am just going to check whether if this character is there in W1, then it should be there in W2, so it is true, so we can ignore this. Then I'm going to check for this one, B is there in word 1, B is also there in word 2, ignore this. If C is there in word 1 and C is there in word 2, ignore this. So after comparing that all the characters are there, I'm just going to ignore this part. Now I'm going to sort these frequencies, all the frequencies that are there in the increasing order, decreasing order, whatever way you want to sort. So after sorting them in based on increasing order, it becomes 1 to 3, and it is also 1 to 3 only. So now after that, when I'm going to compare this frequency with each other, everything is matching, so I'm going to just return the true. Okay, so in this way you are going to solve this problem. So let's say if in this string there is one character like P available, so if P is there, then P's frequency is 1. So when I sort it like this, when 1, okay, so when I'm going to sort this, it becomes like 1 1 2 3. So I compared 1 with 1, and then after that I'm going to compare this 1 with 2, so it is not matching. I'm going to return false at that point. Okay, since this frequency 1 frequency is not there for any character. So just we need to perform these operations. So now without any delay, let's write the code, so you will get a better understanding when I finish the code for this one. So to get the frequency, first create a frequency 1 array. Total characters in English alphabet 26. So write 26 frequency 1, copy this and paste it here. This is for frequency 2. Now to calculate the frequency of each character in our English alphabets, like for A, for B, C, D, in this word 1, we are going to count the frequency of each alphabet A to Z. Okay, for word 1. So to count the frequencies of each character, just run one for each loop. For char C, if this character C is there in word 1, so now convert this word 1 to char array, because we are going one by one in each character. So I have converted this to char array, and in this, inside that, I am going to get the count. So for that I am just going to write frequency of 1, and here from this character I am going to subtract the first alphabet of English. So if my character is A, so A minus A is going to be 0. So at 0 index I am going to store the frequencies of number of A's. This is, and increment it by, and again write one for each loop, and here we are going to store the frequencies of for the word 2. So here word 2 dot char array, word 2 dot char array, and here also change it to frequency 2. Okay, everything else is same. Now after that we are going to check that if A is there in word 1, then it should be there in word 2. If this is not the case, then we are just going to return the false. So for that you just need to write a one for loop, int I is equal to 0, I is less than 26 I plus plus. If now inside that we are going to check the frequency. If frequency 1 of I is equal to 0, let's say in word 1 there is a frequency 0 for any specific character, but in the other string their frequency is not 0. That means that character is there in word 2. So in that case we have to just return the false. Okay, we can write it in the opposite way as well. Okay, if you want to give it like this, so it doesn't make any impact. Anyway, you can write. We are just checking if a character is there in one and if there is character is not there in the second. So you can write it anyway. Okay, so here we are just returning the false, and after that, once this is done, then I told you to now after that just sort the frequencies, not the characters, just sort the frequencies. So in that, pass frequency 1, pass same way, pass the frequency 2 as well, copy it, paste it, and here frequency 2, and after that again run the one for loop, and in this for loop just check if frequency of I is equal to frequency of 2. Okay, if frequency of I is equal to frequency of 2 of I, okay, 2 of I, delete this, and here also I should write I, missed this. So okay, if frequency of 1 of I is equal to frequency of 2 of I, then in that case, let's say if it is not equal to this, then we are just going to return false. Otherwise we are just going to return true, return false, and in the end just return true, just return true. Okay, so that's it. Now let me format the code. So this is the complete code for this one. Let me run it. So there are some issues, so let's resolve that. Frequency of, okay, nice. So here write this as C, and we are going by this C only now. Let's run it. So over all the test cases are passed here. Now let's submit it. So our solution is accepted, and it runtime is 10 milliseconds. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. If you have any questions, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Thank you. Bye bye.